live. We're live. Recording this right now, Monday, November 24th. It is late. I am. You hear it in my voice. You're like, he sounds great. It sounds energetic. I am insanely depressed after watching the Panthers lose on Monday Night Football. But we're doing college football first, Dylan. So we're all good, right?
Well, don't act like we're going to talk about this on the NFL show either. That's one of the things is like you're not even going to get a Christmas gift from me this year because the Panthers playing on Monday Night Football. It's like, oh, we never preview Monday Night Football on the regular preview show, but let's do it this week because the Panthers are playing, and then we're not going to talk about them on the recap show because we've already recorded the recap show. So I don't want you to think you're getting off scot-free.
Whoa. Well, we can talk about them, but I'm just going to cut it out, and I'm just going to bleep it all out from the post edit.
There we go.
Little black boxes around my mouth. Listen, we don't need to do it right now because we're recording college football, but I have mentally put a pin in Panthers talk, and we are not getting through the NFL show without bringing up the atrocity of Bryce Young. Look, this is me putting boop, pin in it. Put a pin in it.
That's the sound That's the sound that it happens every time Bryce Young makes the throw.
Boop, boop. That's he gets tackled and he squeaks like a little dog toy.
He's like one of the shy guys from Mario.
I don't like this. I don't like what we're doing here.
Toy.
I thought this was a college football show. What are we doing here? Stop the slander right now. This is not okay.
All right. Yeah, we'll save it for NFL.
Well, Bryce Young is a college freshman. I thought it'd just fit in.
Yeah. Whoa, okay, all right. Well, then we could start doing the J.J. McCarthy mental gymnastics on the NFL show. We're doing college football.
I'm on that one, too.
Connor's just sitting over here. Connor's got the sweet position of just, if you say every quarterback's bad, then you're going to be proven right.
Eventually I'll be right.
But anyhow,
so
college football.
College football.
Duke.
We got
football,
A-block
basketball.
Duke.
We might need to A-block Duke football because Connor's sitting here like, oh, if we talk Duke football, I'm leaving the studio. Duke football's alive, Connor.
I'm just tired of talking about Duke. I think Big Cat's the one that said it. They're just not a good football team. I've had enough of it.
Well,
they're not.
You know, if you look at Parker Fleming's graphs, that would,
that's very true. What? Who'd they beat last week?
Hey,
School of the Blind.
Do we have luck rankings for college football? I think Duke could be one of the most unlucky teams, and as a predictive metric, that would prove to be in our favor.
It's very
It's a damn shame they don't use that in the playoff rankings.
I was going to say the committee
Nick
needs
Giffin's luck rankings #1.
The committee needs to
metrics.
adopt some fake luck rankings. I can't find luck rankings, and we just have Parker's graph to go off of. Which Michigan very far right on the past 2 weeks. We're talking Alex
Michigan,
Jones,
far right. Yeah.
We're talking Alex Jones, Nick Fuentes, far right stuff here.
Whew. Well, do we want to start with the game previews? Start hot.
You're the leader. You're
facilitating,
this
is your
Carter.
Show. You know, the Thanksgiving show is the Dylan cast essentially, but
it
is.
I love Thanksgiving. By the way, Thanksgiving. This stretch of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'll even say Sunday. Great stretch of days. But it's like you say it's a Dylan show. You keep saying Dylan show. There's been no Ohio State stuff to talk about this year, and it's like,
well,
what am I even going to say about the game? What am I even going to say about the game?
Well, we'll get into it here in a second, but also to your point about Thanksgiving, I've come around on Thanksgiving even more because I think what makes Thanksgiving so elite too is not just this break and the Monday, Tuesday, the whole week or whatever. It's the fact that in 3-4 weeks from now you have the Christmas break coming as well.
Yes,
that makes it even more elite.
There's a part in the calendar where you go holidayless for like 2 or 3 months. It feels like it's like right after President's Day. It's like the March, and then you have Easter that's next. This makes you grateful for the holidays.
So Dylan, misogynistic much? Are you forgetting International Women's Day on March 8th?
Buddy, that's a whole month in our household. I don't know what you're talking about. March is International Women's Month. So that backfired on you a little bit, didn't it, Carter? You're not taking a whole month to celebrate our women? I bet Justine is furious.
I
it
celebrate
definitely not March for Carter, I'll tell you that.
I was about to say, what are you talking about? I'm celebrating in my own way.
Sorry, honey, got ball.
Yeah, exactly. I won't be home.
That's because that's the sport women play, basketball.
That's true. They do play basketball.
I rest my case.
Anyhow, all right, Dylan. Let's get into the game preview. Come on, Ohio State, Michigan. Ohio State -9.5. Games in Ann Arbor. This line is moving down. This line was like 13.5, and it just keeps going down. Now we're in single digits now. Ohio State 9.5. Over under 44.5. The Michigan man himself, Dylan. Actually, Ohio State alum, Dylan. Start us off.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Ohio State degree right now. It's right up there in the corner. Snow in the forecast in Ann Arbor, 31 degrees, low of 25. We know how that goes previously. Listen, with this preview, it is... I think people were worried about the game not meaning as much with the expanded playoffs. We were gifted with 21, 22, 23 great games for playoff spots. It just so happens Michigan won all of those. And then last year we're like, doesn't even really mean anything. Ohio State, they're so much better. They're gonna wax the floor. Michigan comes in and takes care of business, right?
Dylan, did last year feel better than the 3 years prior, though? Don't lie.
Yes, because you have absolutely no... We were 3 touchdown underdogs. They were better than us in every way, and Michigan fans everywhere convinced ourselves we were going to get our teeth kicked in. This was the reckoning that Ryan Day said was coming in 2020. This was going to happen, and it did not happen. So you look at the stats for this week, it ends up being almost a de facto playoff game. If Michigan wins, I think you have a pretty serious argument that they could make the playoffs without even playing in the Big Ten Championship. Ohio State's going to be in no matter what. As for the game, I've racked my brain. I've read the game.
Do it. Do the song and dance, Dylan. Come on, do it.
Yeah, dance, monkey, dance. I have racked my brain. I've looked at this game each and every possible way. All of the stats tell me Ohio State's going to win this game. Every single statistic. You look at defense. They're number 1 against the pass. They're number 3 against the rush. They're so great on late downs. Michigan's offense hasn't been great up until the last 2 weeks, and even the Northwestern game when we were efficient. 5 turnovers, not great. But then it's like a voice. It's a voice you hear, and it's like, Dylan, the stats don't matter. If the stats mattered, last year we would have been beaten by 40. The game would have been over at halftime. What it comes down to is it's not who has the better EPA numbers, who has the better PFF grade on the offensive line. It's Ryan Day pees down his leg when he sees this right here. I can't believe you guys let me go without putting the crown on. Ohio State can claim they're national champions. They have yet to beat the 2023 national champions, and until then, we know last year's national championship was fake. It's fake until they beat us. I don't see how you can say they're going to beat us this year. I don't. At this point, it is, and I talk with Ohio State fans, guys, and I say, hey, what do you think of the game? And they list off every stat, and they say, oh, Julian Sainz completing 124% of his passes, and they say Jeremiah Smith is a great wide receiver. Don't even know if he's going to be playing, by the way. And I say, well, wait a second. Is this Michigan team worse than last year? Instantly shuts him up. They have no response because we aren't. We have a quarterback that can throw the ball. This is it is ultimate cognitive dissonance. I let the Ohio State, oh, well, this stat, that stat, this stat. Last year, what about, but you guys cheated. You cheated. What about last year? I want to say Ohio State because that's statistically who should win. Stats don't matter anymore.
We need to mark this day down in history, Carter. Dylan saying PFF grades and stats don't matter. I feel like I just am in like the Freaky Friday or something.
I mean, at some point you have to account for the ghost effect. You have to account for the block M boogeyman, and that's the thing. Like, I don't want to take a page from Bornow's book, but the narrative has changed. Ohio State fans see Michigan fans walking down the sidewalk. They go to the other side of the street. Ohio State has not beaten Michigan since the days of black and white TV, horse and buggy. Guys, if Ohio State makes the Big Ten championship game, who's going to send Ryan Day directions to Indianapolis? He hasn't been there in 10 years. What are we going to do?
The map quest it.
He's going to have to look on Yahoo Maps because that's what he was looking for the last time he was in Indianapolis. He was using the Garmin GPS suction cup to his windshield to get to Indianapolis. He hasn't been there. How does he remember where to go?
This is everything I wanted. This is everything I wanted so far on this episode. Dylan, let me ask.
Guys, 6-year-olds exist that have not seen a world where Ohio State has beaten Michigan in football. There are 6-year-olds walking right now that don't know a world. I have a little niece, 2, doesn't know a world where Ohio State's beat Michigan in football.
Will they ever see that?
At this point, you'd have to say no. Yeah, I mean, there's as long as they just gave him a bajillion-year extension, $15 million of that Wexner blood money, you have to say no. And if they keep winning these national championships, I mean, who knows how long he's going to be there.
Let me ask you.
It's times like these that I wish I was in this rivalry. Truly.
I mean, it's great. It's great.
Dylan, let me ask you this. With the rivalry this week, I feel like there's an ounce of coming from the Michigan fans of they almost don't want this game to happen yet because they don't want the chance of not having this over Ohio State fans. Because, I mean, what happens? Let's say the scenario Ohio State comes in, thumps Michigan State on Saturday. Now I'm assuming the next thing would be, they have to win the national championship for this to matter, right? That's going to be the next talking point for you guys?
For Michigan fans?
Yes.
I would have to think we're not super concerned with what Ohio State does. If Ohio State wins the national championship, I don't know. I think.
But what do you mean? If they win this game and the national championship, there's nothing there. It's over.
That's it. Yeah. What do you fall back on?
No, it's not over. It's you remember that time you lost to us as 3 touchdown favorites?
Doesn't hit the same.
That's what it becomes, though. That's what it is, and that's pretty much what it stays. And then it's blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. You guys were 10-point favorites. What? You're parading around because you were supposed to beat us and you did what you were supposed to do. Congratulations. Is that what? I mean, that's what's going to happen.
Honestly, that's a great spin zone. Dylan can't really lose this weekend because it's you either upset him as double-digit favorites again, or it's okay. You were favored by 10 points. You did what you were supposed to do. There's no reason to celebrate this rivalry win.
That's the Ohio State standard now, is beating teams that they're favored by double digits against.
That's what they've done for 11 games so far.
If that's what your program has come to, then congratulations. Us Michigan men, we hold ourselves to a higher standard. It's beat Ohio State even when we're 3 touchdown underdogs.
Do you want to play a game?
Let's do
it. Michigan best win versus Ohio State best win.
Ooh.
That's a good game to play. Yeah,
so
this year.
I mean, Ohio State has us beat with Texas. What win do we have that's better than that? Nebraska?
That's not. Well, yeah, what's Michigan's best
Ohio
win?
State?
It would be Ohio State when we win this weekend. It will be Ohio State.
Maybe is it Washington? Northwestern? Is Northwestern your best win?
Honestly, okay, that's a loaded question. Looking at how we want, talent-wise, no. Northwestern is not the best team we've beat. But, and listen, I will scream this from the hilltops. I will scream this from the top of mountains. That win made me feel so much better about this Michigan team than I think any other win did this year. If you can miss 2 field goals and turn the ball over 5 times and still win a football game, I think that says a lot. Because and we can get into real analysis for this Ohio State game. I'll take the crown off. Bryce Underwood has talent. The talent is there. I don't think there's any denying that with his legs, with his arm. The problem is he's an 18-year-old kid that's forced to make these decisions, and the decision-making is very clearly not there yet. So a lot of people like to go, Bryce Underwood, they're not unleashing Bryce Underwood. Why? Well, because he makes bad decisions, really bad decisions, and he turns the ball over a lot when he's allowed to make those bad decisions. So I think if we keep the game simple for him, that he's going to be able to make things work. Here's my problem. I joke about Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia can call a very complex defense that will complicate things for Bryce Underwood. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword.
I have 2 follow-ups to that real quick, and this can be for either one of you guys. Number 1, how much does Michigan being a home play into this? How much different would it be if they were on the road? Number two, which way do you lean with the Ohio State stuff, whereas they haven't really played anybody good since they played Texas, versus, which way do you lean with that? Is that a bad thing because they haven't really been tested, or is that a good thing because they've been destroying teams they're supposed to beat?
So can I start with question one?
Of course.
How much does it matter being at Michigan? We're supposed to have snow. It's going to be 30, 20-some degrees. In Ohio State, they are, since the inception of their program in 2019, really after the Fields era going into Stroud, they're a finesse. They're soft. They're air it out, throw it over top of you. They are not built. They get these California kids that come in at quarterback that are used to playing 70 and sunny, wearing sunglasses when they're out on the field because it's perfect weather. And they're not built for the football that they are going to have to play on Saturday. They are soft, they are weak, and that's been the winning recipe for them so far. Somewhere along the line within the past year, really looking to last year, like, let's get these two stud running, or let's get Quinshon Judkins, let's bolster up this running room, and let's prove to everybody, including Lou Holtz, we're a tough team. They're not. We see that. They're not a tough team. That's not their DNA. That's fine. It's worked for you. Other than, 1 week a year. Julian's saying, California kid, yeah, the fact that it's in Michigan, the fact that it's going to be 25 degrees, and the fact that it's going to be snowing, I love that as a Michigan fan. What was your second question?
Go ahead, Carter, if you have a rebuttal.
Well, I was going to say, Bryce Underwood, is he accustomed to playing in the snow and cold weather?
He's from Michigan. He went to Belleville, 15 minutes away from Ann Arbor.
Okay, just wondering.
Gosh.
Just wondering.
My follow-up question was about Ohio State having a comparatively easy schedule. Does that play more in their favor of, hey, they're whipping up on teams they're supposed to beat, or do you view it more as like, hey, they haven't truly been tested yet, so let's see how this defense really is against a competent offense for once?
Carter.
And then they played Washington and a couple other teams, but...
Carter.
What?
Why don't you take that one?
What do you mean?
Answer the question.
You answer it.
So I saw a lot middle of the year. Ryan Day's playing smart football. They only run 60 plays a game. By the time the end of the year comes around, they've played one less game. The effects of playing less plays over the course of 12 weeks and trying to relate that to sitting out one whole game, it does not have 5 plays here and there does not equate to 60 plays in one jump, right? It's not the same as getting an extra bye week. And they don't even really play that slow. They're averaging 66 offensive snaps per game, which is a little bit less than average in college football. Michigan, for reference, averages 67.8. So I don't know.
I do wonder, let me interject here. I've been wondering this as I've done my prep for this game. They haven't had a margin of victory that's been less than 18 points since August in the Texas game. So I do wonder if it gets down to 2.5 minutes left. Let's say it's snowing and 25 degrees and Ohio State's down 2 points and they need a field goal, or let's say they even need a touchdown. We haven't seen Julian Sayin do that this year. And I'm not saying he can't. He hasn't had the need to. We haven't seen it. So that just makes me wonder what would happen in this scenario. I hope it's close. I hope it's close.
I will go ahead and say, if Ohio State has the ball with 2 minutes left and we are putting the game in Julian Sayin's hands, sunny California 75 and sunny King, when it's snowing and 30 degrees, I will put my hand up and say he is not leading his team down the field and scoring. Hand up. I will say that.
This is getting clipped off after the game. After the game, if that happens, Ohio State fans are running back here to clip that off immediately. But Connor, and Dylan, I agree with you. Like, if we haven't had Julian Sayin hasn't really had to do anything this year. I understand what Ohio State fans are going to say. Oh, he's looked great in these games and the blowout wins and everything. I understand that, but once again, it's not just 2 minutes left, 2-point game in the snow. It's also the pressure of this game. Like,
right.
All year, all Ryan Day and this Ohio State team and Ohio State fans have thought about is this game on Saturday. This is it. The national title is way down the line. They're not even thinking about that. It's all about Saturday. And the amount of pressure that he would face going into that spot on the road, sunny or snowy, and it's cold, and you're down 2, and you haven't been in that position all season yet. And yes, you can say, oh, well, he won that Texas game when it kind of mattered and all this stuff. It's like, honestly, man, I could have won that Texas game playing quarterback for Ohio State. Arch Manning wasn't going to do anything against Ohio State in that game. And also, they were already upset. It didn't matter at that point. It wasn't the same as being down and having to go down the field and win that ball game. That's got to be the hope if you're a Michigan fan. Connor, we can get into our analysis of this game. I think Ohio State wins, and I think it's going to be the exact same way they won the Texas game. I'm calling my score 14-7. I think it's the exact same.
Outside of last year when Michigan had an anemic offense, these have been pretty high-scoring affairs between these two teams since the turn of the decade.
You're giving me snow? You're giving me – you
but
really
there
think –
was snow in 21 when it was like 42-27.
But who were the quarterbacks in that game?
C.J. Stroud and Cade McNamara.
Cade McNamara's not helping my case.
East Tennessee State legend.
Tennessee State.
Yeah, that's not helping my case.
QBU.
Right, but do you really think Sharon Moore is going to take the handcuffs off and let Bryce Underwood throw? I think they're going to be running a service academy offense.
I don't know how, we're not going to get into meteorology on this show, but I don't know how snowy it's going to be. If it comes down to, hey, we physically can't throw a forward pass, that favors Michigan. Ohio State can't run the ball.
Oh, yeah.
No, they cannot.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say this. I do wonder. Yeah, I think you're right, Carter. The pressure of this game does play into it because, hey, Julian's saying, here's why we paid you $2.4 million in NIL money or whatever hell he's getting. Come in and beat Michigan. Something that Will Howard won a national title. Couldn't beat Michigan.
These guys don't care. That's the thing. You get the Strouds that don't care. They don't care. They don't grow up with it. You got Michigan guys going to Michigan. They hate Ohio State. You get Toledo guys going to Michigan. They hate Ohio State. You get these guys coming in from Santa Clara and San Diego to Ohio State. They don't care about beating Michigan. They can say as much as they want. I trash on Jack Sawyer, whatever. He cared about beating Michigan. Now, it's embarrassing that he couldn't do it. He literally came back to do it, and he didn't. But he at least cared about beating Michigan, and you could believe it. He's an Ohio guy. He's a Columbus guy. You get these California quarterbacks that come in, and they don't care. Oh, where's my draft stock going to be after this game? That's what Julian Sayan's thinking about.
Can I counter that and say I would take a California quarterback if it won me a national title? I think I'd be okay with that.
And that's the thing. You're not in it. You're not in the.
And that's fair.
It's
and
not
that's fair.
You know what? If you want,
I wish I was.
If you want a fake national champion and where you didn't beat last year's national champion, that's you. That's on you. That's you. Can I point out something about Ohio State's rushing offense real quick? We talk about they obviously have taken a step back. They're not bad, but they've taken a step back from last year. You have the 1-2 punch of Judkins and Henderson was great.
Bo Jackson's been good this year.
Yeah, he hasn't
in
been
spots.
Bad. 56th in yards before contact. That is an indictment on the offensive line. That's another point that I think goes for Michigan, is they have one of the better pass rushing units in college football, and I don't think their offensive line is going to be able to do much to stop that. So you give me Julian saying snow, pressure. I'm liking that recipe for Michigan.
Is Justice Haynes playing this game? Doubtful. Okay.
Out.
I think so.
Out for the year. And then you have as Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate playing, but then even if you're a Michigan fan and you're losing sleep over if they're playing or not, it doesn't matter. We've beat Ohio State without Will Johnson, without Colston Loveland, our only receiver last year, like Blake Corum 3 years ago. Who plays and who doesn't play? Like if Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate plays, who cares? Who cares?
I don't.
Even as someone that picked Ohio State to win.
I think Bryce Underwood, it's going to come down to it to where I know we talk about Julian Sayin and the pressure in the spot and everything, and I understand Bryce Underwood has a lot less pressure in the spot being a 9.5-point underdog in this game playing at home. But at the same time, eventually in this game, you're going to have to rely on Bryce Underwood to make those decisions and not throw a bad pick. And eventually he's going to have to show that, and that's where I think Michigan gets burned. I think Ohio State gets a pick six in this game and then one more touchdown. This game ends 14-7, Dylan. It's going to be ugly.
When in the last 5 years have we seen Michigan play Ohio State and it's been in the quarterback's hands to make a throw or make an important decision or make
What do you mean?
We have not seen that the past 4 years.
Yeah, we did.
So why
Will Howard had the chance last year to drive him down the field, and he
Michigan
couldn't do
quarterback.
it.
Michigan quarterback. You say Bryce Young's going to have to make
on the roster last year.
We got Davis, cancer survivor. Careful, watch your mouth. Davis Warren. He didn't have to make any of those decisions. That's the thing. Is like the last 4 or 5 years, we've gotten out to leads. We've kept them because of how we play football. Like, there's nothing that's shown us that that's going to happen this year.
A bit of an anomaly, though, right?
The last 5 years?
Last year.
I mean,
come on.
How would you want to consider that? Because we were.
But
not
I thought
supposed
J.J.
to win?
McCarthy had the car keys. I thought J.J. McCarthy was putting up numbers at Michigan, and we come on now.
J.J. McCarthy made great throws. He was never forced to play from behind in those Ohio State games.
Yeah, been doing that a lot this year.
But if that happens,
defense looking bad.
If Bryce Underwood has to play from behind, do you have any faith in him winning this game from behind?
No,
Carter,
backbreaking pick.
I could take that sentence and I could overlay it with the past 4 years we've done this show. You've said the same thing about JJ, the same thing about Cade, right? Same thing about Davis.
I was in on JJ. I don't want to hear it.
I bet we could find a clip of you saying something about JJ to the exact same standard. If the game comes down to it, do you trust JJ or do you trust Michigan's offense to come back from a deficit?
I don't want to hear it. I was a JJ Michigan man all season long. Michigan to win the title. Had him to win it.
You were. In 23 you were. Yeah, 23 you were.
Don't want to hear it. Connor, give me a score prediction.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit higher scoring. Look, I've ripped on Julian Sayin this year. I've said he shouldn't be the Heisman favorite, which he shouldn't. Ohio State hadn't played anybody. I don't think it truly matters. I think Ohio State's maybe just a step above these teams they're playing. I think they're just that much better. I'm going to take Ohio State this year. I'm sorry, Dylan.
Connor.
I'm going to go 27-10. I'm going to go 27-10 Ohio State. I don't think it's a very fun game.
Connor, would you say Ohio State was a step above Michigan last year?
I would.
So
I
how'd
would
that
say
game
there were
end?
plenty of steps.
Yeah, how?
Michigan win last year.
Okay, all right. So you think they're a step ahead this year? Are they more steps ahead this year or last year?
Probably last year.
Okay. And
yeah.
Okay, so they won last year, and you think that Ohio State's going to win by 17 this year?
So they won last year, so they have
following.
to win this year. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm just saying if you want to give me any sort of analysis here, you say the same thing last year, and look what happened.
I'll give you some analysis.
You can sit here
I think you're right. You want to take the chains off Bryce Underwood, you get down by 2 scores. Hey, you got to throw the ball 25, 30 times. I don't know if you can do it. I think you made a good point earlier with Matt Patricia's defense scheming something up against him. And especially with Justice Haynes out, I know Marshall's been fine for Michigan. I think this Ohio State defense is really, really good. And I don't think Michigan's going to be able to find much success against them. And if we're being honest, I think Julian's saying better than Will Howard? ? Probably.
Arm talent,
Will Howard?
True. Yeah, that's true too. Arm talent probably legs.
And if Ohio State, if Ryan Day has any semblance of a brain, which there's arguments out there that maybe he doesn't, you got to learn from last year. You're not going to go out there and pound the ball 30 effing times and beat this Michigan team.
But what's funny about that is
this narrative. We have to stop this narrative.
But what the funny part is about that is I could totally see Ryan Day going so opposite of last year, where he tried to show we can ground and pound and we can beat them physically, where he tries to go so opposite. It's like, we're going to play finesse and we're going to throw all over this team. And Julian Sayin makes some mistakes in a big-time spot like this. Couldn't you see that happening?
Yes.
Has there ever been a game, I guess there probably has, but has there ever been a game with more stakes riding on it for a quarterback? Like, the public opinion of Julian Sayin could flip so quickly if he comes out and lays an egg. I mean, it will go from best quarterback in the country, Heisman favorite, they're 11-0, they're rolling. If he comes out and lays an egg, it's going to be, oh my God, their best win before this was Texas, and then what, Washington? And everybody's going to flip.
Not to mention Carnell Tate bailed him out on the underthrow against Texas too. And that one catch is doing a lot of lifting on the Julian Sayin resume.
That's a great point, Connor, because we talked about Ty Simpson in the one loss against Oklahoma. He went from plus 500 in the Heisman race to plus 15,000. We could see a similar drop-off with Julian Sayin. If he comes in here and throws 2 interceptions, 10 or 11 of 21, 2 picks, 100 yards, some terrible game like that, and loses this Michigan game, he's out of the Heisman race. That's how this thing's going to work. And he'll be plus 15,000.
And that's going to sway public opinion on the playoff race, too, where it's like, oh, Ohio State's the odds-on favorite. I'm going to pick him for the national title. He comes out and lays an egg against the first good defense he's played in 4.5 months.
Indiana's
what are you going to do in the
favorite.
playoff?
Georgia?
Yeah. At that point, yeah.
Georgia, man. The Georgia Bulldogs. They just live rent-free in our heads, Connor.
They do. I can't pick them right to save my life. I got them right last week, actually.
Dylan, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Is there any world Sharon Moore does not keep his job going into next season? Like, let's say Ohio State comes in and just absolutely destroys them, 42-0. It's embarrassing. They dog walk them. Could you see Sharon Moore getting fired after the season, after a result like that?
I have not been super high on Sharon Moore. I'm still not super high on it, but I think as a rational fan, you have to consider the fact how much better have you gotten from last year to this year. You have to consider the fact that he's beat Ohio State twice. He beat him as an interim coach. You can argue how much he played in that or whatever, and then beat him last year as the full-time head coach. Even if he loses this year, I think you give him the second year of Bryce Underwood, and then you reassess. I think he has one more year left. And then if next year is, I don't want to say similar to this, I would have to think next year might be playoff or bust.
I was about to say, I think it's playoff or bust next year with him, with the second year with a quarterback you're paying a crap ton of money to, one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the sport at that point. And also, I agree, I don't think you should fire him after this year anyways, because look who you're competing against for a top head coaching job. You can't even name head coaching searches at this point. Like, Cal just fired their coach. Who on earth is Cal going to go get? Are they going to have to go to, like, the FCS levels? Or
Chip
like
Kelly.
That's what I'm saying. Those are your options right now. Might as well be Chip the FCS Kelly level with the Raiders. God.
Yeah. I want to call it a few things on Ohio State side, too. 110th in missed tackle rate offensively. 124th in quarterback design run percent. 115th in scramble rate. 122nd in scramble EPA. They have no interest in letting Julian Sain run this football. No interest.
They don't have to. They're up 30 points in the second quarter in 8 of their 11 games.
Yep. It'll be very interesting to see if his scrambling ability, if he decides to. If they draw up any runs for him, I'd have to say no. But the missed tackle rate, if you're an Ohio State fan, has to be concerning. Michigan's defense against the pass has been pretty strong. Give me Michigan.
I just want to see Julian Sain face some adversity is what I want to see. And he might come out there and kick ass and prove he's the best quarterback in the country. I just want to see it. I want to see him in a tough situation because we haven't seen it this year.
Hey, Connor, can we talk?
Yeah.
I need Ohio State to win this game. It's a BYU fan.
Oh, see, I was about to ask the question. Michigan 10-2, that at-large bid's looming.
I really think the committee, if Michigan wins this game as beating the number one team in the country, 10-2 in the Big Ten, I don't even think they need to go to the title game.
In the last game of the year, too. That recency's got to play a factor.
The committee's going to probably jump Michigan over BYU. I don't agree with that. I don't think they should. But I would think if Michigan comes out and wins this game, they're jumping BYU.
Is that fair, Dylan? As a Michigan guy? This is Michigan versus BYU. This is Super Bowl.
Fair? What do you mean by fair? Is it right or...
Take a step back, from your crown and everything. If you were looking at this from Michigan 10-2, BYU 11-1, let's say you weren't a Michigan fan. What do you think?
It's the best win in the country. There's no better win. Man.
I don't know. Vandy beat South Carolina, preseason ranked number 12.
Preseason ranked number 12. Here's what I would say. Nebraska played Cincinnati, beat them by 3. BYU probably should have beat Cincinnati by 3. I think if we're looking at a Big Ten comp for BYU and we're looking at Matt Rule's Nebraska, then I think that kind of answers the question itself.
Mike, real quick, Carter. My question would be if BYU has a rematch in the Big 12 title game against Texas Tech and they win, that can only help their case.
But then they wouldn't get the at-large, right?
Yeah, we get the automatic
auto bid.
Oh, right, yeah, true.
But Texas Tech, then you have to have a. There's only
Texas
so many spots to go around.
It's Michigan, Texas Tech. No,
Texas Tech is locked in.
Yeah,
they just got to beat West Virginia.
So that goes to my next point. Then BYU loses the Big 12 title game. You can't ding them for losing it. You got to just.
I think if BYU gets blown out again in the Big 12 title game, then I think BYU's out.
The committee
it's
has
hard
to be hoping
to get that taste out of your mouth.
The committee has to be hoping nothing falls apart in front of them ahead of the Big 12 championship game, and they can just keep them out. Michigan jumps them, and they keep BYU out instead of booting BYU out by losing in the Big 12 championship. We are in for so many scenarios. It's going to be a mess.
It's going to be a nightmare. And
just solely for the content and what I would see on Twitter, imagine BYU loses the Big 12 title game or something like that, and Utah gets in. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. They won't. The problem is at that point, though, like, if Vandy beats Tennessee, Vandy would have a much better case than Utah. Utah's going to have no case.
Why are they ranking Utah so high? Why are they ranking them so high?
It doesn't make any sense. Also, I mean, like, when the college football playoff rankings come out this next week, I could totally see, since Utah had a tough game against K-State, they're dinging them big time on that one, and they're putting Miami above them.
They should fall below Miami. They should maybe even fall below Vanderbilt at this point. Probably should.
Yeah, you know what?
Diego Pavia has the boys humming. Pavia's got the boys humming.
My dream scenario?
7-1.
Obviously, BYU winning the Big 12. But real dream scenario, the Auburn Tigers finally do it for me. I've been on these sons of bitches all year.
I have bad news for you. I've crunched the numbers. That is not happening.
If the Auburn Tigers win the Iron Bowl and upset Alabama and BYU gets in because Auburn did it for me. Auburn owes me one. I've been on these pieces of mother... I'm not going to swear anymore.
Wow.
If Auburn, they have cost me so much. But if they do me this one favor, I will love you forever, Auburn. I will love you forever. I need you. I need you to win this ball game for me, please. They're only, a 5.5-point underdog?
Yeah.
6.5 right now. Guys, I don't know. Best defense in the country, the Auburn Tigers.
Not anymore.
I've heard the phrase "best defense in the country" tossed around on the show a few times recently.
A lot of SEC teams.
Hey, more Jackson Arnold. We're on to Deuce Night, fellas. We're on to Deuce Night. Deuce Night's going to get it done. Deuce Night's going to get it done for us in Tuscaloosa. I'm in. War Eagle. We're winning this ball game.
The more I sit here, the more I am
Game's in Auburn, sorry.
You're okay. The more I sit here, the more I am mentally, I guess, not thinking myself. I am mentally thinking myself into Michigan winning in an absolute blowout. Like I'm serious. The more that I sit here and I crunch the numbers, and also like at this point, I'm not even worried about this game. I'm hoping we rematch in the playoffs. Like I'm thinking about a playoff rematch at this point.
You're counting your chickens before they hatch, right there, my good sir.
Yep.
The more I sit here and the more I think of the snow and being a sunny SoCal kid. Oh my gosh! And then
I guess you're just having a fantasy, is what you're doing. I think this is called a wet dream.
We have to ask ourselves what excuse they're going to make afterwards too, right? In 2021, like half the team had the flu. Oh, whoa, wait a second. Well, we're all sick. 22. Oh, you guys are cheating, huh? Yeah. Scouting is cheating now. Okay.
You said if Michigan wins this game, it's the best win in college football. Wouldn't Alabama winning at Georgia be the best win in college football?
I would say no.
Beating a team on the road like that, I think I would take the win at Georgia. I think that's going to matter more.
Against the number one team in the country. I mean, I get what you're saying with it being a road game. I've heard Samford's not that crazy of a place to play, though. I've heard it's not the top-tier SEC environment. I've heard some murmurs on the street.
I've also heard the same thing about Ann Arbor, so that don't fare well for you.
Oh, no.
What?
Yeah. Ann Arbor, not a tough place to play.
This is one of your Jackson guys getting over there trying, oh, hey, Dylan's talking bad about BYU. Let's start some rumors about the big house.
Well, Dylan, this is probably before your time, but BYU and Michigan once played in the big house. So
get ready to learn Mr. Brightside, buddy.
I don't think BYU crossed the 50 in that game.
Well,
is there any scenario that BYU and Michigan play in the first round of the playoff?
Oh my God!
I would give something for that.
That'd be a live stream game.
If BYU wins the Big 12 like in an overtime game, ends up with like the 7 seed, and then Michigan would have to be the 10 seed at that point because ACC is going to be 11, and then Group of 5 is going to be 12. So it could be a 7-10 matchup right there. I mean, we might have to go, Dylan.
Guys, I've got Texas won't score more than 10 points right here. I've got it right here.
Then let's hear
it. It is whispering on my shoulder saying, just say it. Say
Let's put a bow on the Ohio State-Michigan talk. Give it to me.
The snow, Michigan's offensive line forcing almost 3 yards before contact. Man, Michigan 47, Ohio State 10. It's going to be bad.
Just shut up.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be
47.
turnover after turnover for saying he's going to poop down his leg. We might see the first ever coach pee his pants on the sideline of Ryan Day.
If it's 47-10, I hope Ryan Day does pee his pants at that point.
47.
If Michigan scores 47 points, we might just have to end the show for good. Like, I don't think I can come back on here anymore.
Well, Snover.
If Michigan scores 47 points, like, I don't think we can ever disagree with Dylan on a take ever.
Well, I don't know why you do it now.
I could actually, if Michigan scores 47 and beats this year's Ohio State team, I think I'll just have to pick Michigan every year till I die. I would have to.
Yep.
Don't know why you're not doing it now. 3 touchdown underdogs. Cancer survivor quarterback. And people forget Davis Warren is still in the locker room giving Bryce advice.
You know what I love
Video
doing?
from the sideline with meta glasses, or is that reserved for somebody else this year?
Come on, we're past that. Come on.
Sorry.
We've served our time. Those wins we vacated, all those wins that they said on 11 Warriors that we were going to vacate.
Yeah, Harbaugh, you're not allowed back. You can't come back and coach. Okay, I'll just go coach the Chargers.
Yeah, my 3rd year with the Los Angeles Chargers. Okay, deal.
Yep.
Yes, Carter. Sorry.
I already forgot what I was going to ask. Oh, it's only Monday. You're already thinking like this about a rivalry game. I know how these things go. You know, I think about these rivalry games. It gets closer. It's all you're thinking about all week. You're going to be sitting there doing office work, and you're going, oh, my gosh, this Saturday. Oh, we cannot wait to get to Julian saying all this stuff. Yeah. I mean, what are you going to be like Friday night, Saturday morning?
I don't sleep Friday night. And I think I've said that on the show before. It's like Christmas Eve. I do not sleep, especially the last couple of years when we've been competitive. Last year, I might have gotten some sleep. The previous years, I did not get any sleep.
Last year, I think you were cozying up in your jams. You had your nightgown on with that top hat.
Yep,
with a freaking lantern going to bed.
He's walking with a candle on a holster.
Yes.
Sucking my... Yeah, that's how I was. Yeah, this is bad. I can't tell you how many Ohio State-Michigan highlight reels are going to be watched this week either. And it's tough. Like, a lot of people don't talk about this. Thanksgiving and Black Friday as a Michigan fan, you're not really bought in. Your mind's on other things, and then you get chirped at your family gatherings. And this year it's nice because I just say, hey, what happened last year, buddy? And then they'll say, oh, national championship, and I'll say, doesn't count. And then what do they say?
Then they're like,
cheating?
Let's get into politics.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think about that Trump fella?
Trump and Mamdani.
Hey, it's been a while. Can you remind me what your pronouns are? Can we first acknowledge that we're on stolen land? Yeah, there we go. What do you want for Christmas? A Quran.
All right, well, that's a good bow on Michigan, Ohio State right there. Let's talk about the rest.
Ohio State does not score more than 13 points.
Oh, you can't do that. You just said 10.
I changed my mind. 13.
I think that's fair. I'll give him anything below 20.
Yeah, hey, take 20. Actually, I said Ohio State wouldn't score 20.
Hey, 20. We're good. That was fun. Thank you for giving me that opportunity, boys.
Yeah, we needed that.
That was a good palate cleanser.
The Egg Bowl is fascinating this week, guys. Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Mississippi State has been a perennial 6.5-point underdog against every single SEC opponent this season, and it really just hasn't mattered. I mean, like,
how many times have they been in our dog parlay? At least 4.
Yeah,
at least.
And their only win was against Arkansas. Oh, well, Arizona State. Shout out me for that one.
Yeah,
shout out. Thank you. Crowd's going crazy. Mississippi. I'll be here all night. Mississippi State. Plus 6.5 in this game. The Lane Kiffin stuff about the AD announcing that this is all going to be resolved the day after the Egg Bowl and everything.
What
all
is that?
It's all just so weird. It's all setting up for him to re-sign a contract, right?
Yeah,
but then all these other podcasters that are quote unquote in the know are saying he's going to LSU on Saturday. So I think this is setting up for him to re-sign at Ole Miss, right?
Yes.
Well, why the hell would the AD come out and say that? Like, oh, we're gonna announce it after the game Saturday. If it wasn't in his favor, if he
it doesn't make
actually
any sense.
felt like Lane Kiffin was leaving, I can sure as shit tell you he wouldn't make some big announcement after the Mississippi State game.
I have also heard reports that Ole Miss doesn't want him to coach in the playoffs if he's going to leave. Like this all seems
stupid.
I'm
Are
with
you
that.
really?
Yes.
No, I want
His mind's
absolutely
gonna be on LSU next season. He's gonna be digging in the transfer portal. He's gonna be thinking about that. To let him go, have an interim coach come in. I get an interim coach game in the playoffs. It doesn't get much better than that.
You're a selfish man, Carter. This man's leaving jobs. We got kids playing for their playoff lives, and you're thinking about interim coach games.
That's the greed they talk about in the Bible. Thinking about a $50
one of the
bet.
big seven.
That's
Deadly.
like one. Go ahead.
It does suck for Ole Miss. Just in general, like they're 10-1. They're finally relevant. They will be in the playoff. They're not going to blow it like they did last year. They are actually a contender. Now, do I think they're going to win the national title? No. But they're actually a contender. They're in that top tier. And now this. It sucks for Ole Miss fans.
Well, if you smoke this game, could you get dropped out?
No. They've got some good wins. They beat Oklahoma.
Do they?
Yeah, they beat
That's it.
Oklahoma.
That's it.
LSU when they were good, right? Different team, Dylan? Already using that argument?
Completely different team. Great defense.
Brian Kelly led team. Yeah. Brian Kelly led
Killed
team.
kid.
Yeah. They don't have another win.
Jesus.
They don't have another win outside of Oklahoma.
Okay, but I would put Ole Miss in over like a Vandy who really doesn't have another win. Vandy's best win would be what? LSU, and that's
Tennessee.
That's Ole Miss's second best win. It would probably be Tennessee at that point, right?
they're not going to beat Tennessee.
Oh, they're beating Tennessee, buddy.
They're not beating Tennessee.
Get ready to learn Pavia for Heisman, buddy.
Dad, get me out of here on Vanderbilt. We can get into that. But no, Ole Miss, they can't be dropped out of like a Vandy or a Miami or a BYU. No, sorry.
I don't know.
If they lose this game, is that what we're saying? If they lose this game?
If they lose this game, they're still in. Come on.
I don't think it's a lock.
I think they're still in.
No. You don't know how these scenarios are going to work, because what if BYU goes in and wins the Big 12 title game? The Big 12 has to have two teams in there at that point. Ole Miss is sayonara. You're out of there.
If Bama wins, yeah.
Yep. Bama wins.
I mean, Bama, a Bama win, they should be in over Ole Miss, yeah.
They would need Oregon to lose to Washington.
Okay, but
Oklahoma to lose.
Oklahoma head-to-head, we can get into
Oklahoma
that.
head-to-head, yeah. That would.
And that's, we can get into that with Miami Notre Dame, too. I think that head-to-head has to be the trump card in a scenario like that.
You're probably right. I'm rooting. Last thing on the Egg Bowl game, we're not gonna dive in and break down this game or anything. I just think the overarching Lane Kiffin storyline is just going to dominate this game too much.
I agree with you, Carter. I think Ole Miss absolutely dominates here. They play blisteringly fast, almost 80 offensive.
I didn't say Ole Miss was going to dominate this game.
What'd you say? You said Ole Miss was going to dominate.
I like Mississippi State. I like the Bulldogs. They're going bowling.
You're kidding. I could have swore you said Ole Miss.
No. I said the Dogs.
Well, then you're completely wrong, because Ole Miss has
You don't think this Lane Kiffin storyline is just hanging around a little too much and going to dominate this stuff? Or do you think this is a Lane Kiffin tactic for everyone to think about this during the game, and then, his team's not thinking about this at all because they know he's staying?
No. Ole Miss I think Lane Kiffin is staying. Ole Miss dominates here. They almost 80 offensive snaps per game. They have Mississippi State outclassed. People forget they're coming off of a bye. My only gripe with this, why is this game not on Thanksgiving? Why are we moving it to Friday?
I'm going to tell you why. There's this thing called the National Football League.
Sports Broadcasting Act of 1963.
Yeah, that's not what it is, Carter. Nice try. If you actually listened to what I said, you would know what it was. You would know that's not the case. No, I'm just a little. Hey, dance. Hey, 1 weekend a year, dance, monkey, dance. That's what Carter was doing.
Give us the Ohio State hate clip, and we'll see you next year.
Yeah, we'll see you next year.
Yep. That's how it goes, huh? Yeah. Georgia Tech. I texted you guys this before the show. Georgia Tech just doesn't matter anymore. Georgia's a 13.5-point favorite. Neutral site game, technically, at Mercedes-Benz in the Falcons arena. But Georgia Tech, since they lost to Pitt last week, ACC title's out the window, essentially. I mean, weird tiebreakers and whatnot. And then also, Georgia Tech, even if they win this game, they're too far gone from the college football playoff at this point. Georgia, even if they lose this game, they've locked up a spot so much that to where, yeah, they maybe drop to 9, 10, whatever. They're still probably going to be in the SEC title game, so it doesn't even matter at that point. This game is really utterly meaningless.
What happened to Georgia Tech? I mean,
the defense stinks. The defense is awful.
48 to NC State, 34 to Boston College, and probably should have lost that game, and then 42 to Pitt. That's brutal.
And should have lost to Duke. Parker Fleming. Should have lost to Wake. They should be a 6-6 football team.
Yeah, the buzz train, Carter. Just
it's a dub. We take that
still
W.
Yeah, that's still.
We've already taken the win. Yeah, but it's depressing to sputter to a halt like this. Them and Houston both. Ugh.
Houston, we knew that was coming. Houston is a huge dub for us this season.
Oh yes, well, 5 wins, 5-win total, 5.
Yeah,
we were the only podcast in the country outside of the greater Southeast Texas area that mentioned the Houston Cougars before the season.
Us Astros fans. Those are only 2 types of people that were rooting for Houston. Some might say the most likable Cougars in the Big 12.
I would agree with that.
Just a thought.
There's another set of Cougars that are donating 27,000 pounds of food to other fan bases, but
but they're still getting called. They're still getting a chance against them.
You're getting chance at us, but that's fine. You
can't win for losing, Dylan.
We kill them with kindness.
Are you talking about BYU? They're donating food.
Yeah, they do it for every opponent. They do some kind of donation thing. The Texas Tech game, some dude's wife got in a wreck because of DUI or a drunk drive or whatever. She got bad hospital stuff in critical condition. And then
that's not to clear the conscience a little bit.
And that was before.
Okay.
And then BYU fans and people donated like $100,000 plus.
Now, surely they're not going to benefit from the tax write-off, right? As a university. I think there's
good.
I think there's a parable in the Bible where Jesus flipped some tables over something very similar.
I think you're right about that one.
Just saying.
That was good.
Purdue, Indiana would be. Purdue winning would just be a funny wrinkle to this weekend.
Wait a second. We just breezed through Georgia Tech.
There's nothing to talk about. This game doesn't matter.
What do you think, Dylan?
I asked you guys. Georgia Tech was plus 14 at one sportsbook. Georgia was minus 12 out the other. And I asked you guys, who got it right? Turns out both of them did, because isn't it like 13 right now?
It's 13.
Meet somewhere in the middle. I like Georgia Tech there. All right, sorry. I guess, okay, no game preview there. I got you. We're breezing through.
A few weeks ago, I was like, I'm coming into this game and picking Georgia Tech and F Georgia. They're gonna get out of the playoffs in this game. No, they can't do that anymore. Bulldogs probably roll here, unfortunately.
Yep. A&M Texas on the Friday games. I mean, say what you want about all of them. Ironically, Georgia Tech has the least on the line on Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Which, because even Purdue wins, then Indiana probably gets knocked out of Big 10 title scenarios. But obviously that's not going to happen because 30-point dog in that one. But
I don't know.
A&M Texas, A&M's a 2.5-point favorite. Over/under's 51.5. Technically, this game doesn't necessarily matter as much. There's some SEC title stuff involved here as well. But the funny part about this game is, yes, it doesn't matter. But if Texas comes in and wins this game, we are going to see the Texas Longhorns as like the first team out of the college football playoff.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
They're not going to
put them in, but they're going to rank them right there.
Yep. They're going to make sure they're just right on the cusp.
Dylan, as a Texas A&M backer this year, I am slightly concerned about this game.
That's okay, though, right?
Like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's true. 11-0. Yeah, true. You're right.
Does it even matter for SEC playoff implications?
Yes, I think it does.
Okay, but
because then it's going to come down to like the 20 tiebreakers. Because the SEC standings right now, I'm looking at it. If A&M loses this game, there are 4 one-loss teams in the SEC.
I just looked at the odds, and it looks like A&M, Georgia, Alabama, Ole Miss in that order. And Ole Miss is like 15-1.
Yep.
So, okay. Huh. Well, Either way, Connor, I still think we have a victory lap to take.
Oh yeah, for sure. We were dead on about A&M, 100%.
Yeah.
Because what was their win total? 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Give me that every day of the week.
So you say you're worried enough to come on here and say Texas is going to win?
No, I'm still taking A&M. Come on now. Who would I be if I didn't say A&M was going to win?
Texas is winning this ball game.
Wow. Carter can't. It's like Carter can't quit him. He's hooked.
Can't help himself.
He's hooked.
No,
literally. He is hooked.
I'm gonna get hooked. That's the thing. Is I said before the season I had over 9.5 wins on the SEC preview. They're gonna be a 9-win team, 9-3.
Number 13 in the playoff rankings.
Yep, 13. They're going to be right there. They're going to be right there.
Sark and his BYU
They might even finish number 11 in the playoff rankings, and then the ACC and G5 team gets in. That's going to be hilarious.
I love how this Texas A&M team, on paper, very good defensive numbers, and we know this defense is no good. We know they are no good.
Yeah, give me Texas.
We also know that Arch Manning is not very good at throwing the ball.
Remains to be seen. Remains to be seen.
Carter, did you see what he did against Arkansas?
He had a good game.
He scored 50 points against Arkansas.
What about Mississippi State? Keep going.
UTEP's a better defense than Arkansas, statistically.
Sam Houston?
He flexed on a guy.
Yeah.
They might as well not even be fielding a football team.
Vandy,
not a good defense.
Vandy's not good.
Keep going. Ohio State?
No, we're done on this game. Arizona State. Arizona 1.5-point favorite. This has a lot of implications because Arizona State with a win here in a BYU loss, which I know BYU's favored by a bunch against UCF at home, but Arizona State's technically not dead out of the playoffs. And they could make the Big 12 title game, but Arizona's favored by 1.5 in this game.
I've got over and Arizona State money line.
Over is my parlay pick this week.
Really? I don't feel that good about it.
I feel great about it.
Jeff Sims still back there kicking?
Jeff Sims, Connor, I'm going to have to eat my words. He's looked pretty dang good.
He did look good. I watched a couple of the last games.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know where this arm came from. I don't know where this decision-making came from. I don't know. He's like the dude in The Wizard of Oz that got a brain. Like all of a sudden, everything's working.
Very timely reference right there, Carter. Way to play to the audience.
Ooh, popular.
I'm wearing green for a reason, guys. It's Wicked Week.
Ooh. Is that Belinda?
No, it's not.
That's the other one?
No.
That would be the other one, yeah.
Next. Roll, go.
Oregon, you got the producer in my ear screaming. Oregon -6.5, over under 51.5 against Washington. CBS 3:30 Eastern kickoff. Games in Seattle at Husky Stadium. This one, I'm begging for the Huskies here. Please.
Can I give you some good news? You're going to get your wish because I think Oregon loses this weekend.
Wow.
Ooh.
I think they actually dropped this on the road. Last game of the year. You know, what are they, ranked 5th right now? They're 10-1. I think this Washington team is just frisky enough to give Dan Lanning some problems on the road. I think they pull the upset. I truly do. I think they pull the upset. And we get some chaos. Then we really start talking about playoff scenarios at that point. Because then Oregon's best win is Penn State, Iowa, USC. I guess USC. Has to be USC.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how they react to a mobile quarterback in this game because – I mean, they had a little bit of problems with, the rush attack of Iowa and Gronowski. I know, it's always interesting, too, with college quarterback rushing yards because they always look so misleading with the sack numbers, which we need to just change that. Just go to the NFL model.
That.
But I don't know why they don't just keep the same rules amongst college and professional sports just across the board and in basketball, too. I don't know why.
They're already doing it with the money and the funding. It's already free agency. So
yeah.
I don't think college should have a 24-second shot clock. These guys are too stupid. These guys.
Maybe we'd have a better NBA product if they had to learn it early on.
No, I think
NBA product's fine. Come on.
NBA product's awful.
No, come on, guys.
Track meet with the ball.
It's not like there's 8 teams with two or less wins. Come on.
So, are you guys both siding with Washington here?
Yeah, I am going to take Washington to win outright.
Carter?
I want to so bad, but no.
I have a worry that your want for BYU to get into the playoffs is tainting your analysis a little bit. It seems like every game we talk about, it's like, oh, I need blank to happen, and then you say you think blank's going to happen.
Well, you mean how is it tainting it? I'm telling you, my unbiased opinion is I think Oregon's going to come in and win this game.
Okay.
But what I want to happen, I want Washington to come in and win by 200 points.
Ooh, 200. My only worry, and I'll just real quick, Dante Moore last week against USC, his combine, his scouting tape is going to be riddled with plays from that USC game. And maybe it's a little bit of recency bias, but seeing him go off like that and then having the confidence to pick Washington, I can't do it. I didn't take Oregon either, but
I'm doing it.
There you go. Riddled with throws against USC.
Riddled with throws. I'm excited. I'm excited. This is such a good weekend of football, man. I mean, especially really compared to last weekend. Like, it's just night and day difference. LSU, Oklahoma. Oklahoma's 10.5-point favorite in Norman. Over under 36.5 in this game. Dylan's saying under 36.5 is a hilarious total. This is Iowa versus Iowa State. This is Army versus Navy.
I didn't know it got that low.
I think with a total that low, I just have to take LSU, right? 10.5?
Who's starting? Is it Van Buren still? Who's starting for
Van
LSU?
Buren.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, they beat Western Kentucky, no problem.
The under is 9-2 in LSU games and 8-3 in Oklahoma games this year. Do with that what you will.
I don't know what to do here because there's a part of me that wants to say, "Oh, Oklahoma's gonna be a dogfight," but I will never, ever trust LSU in this offense. I don't care who's playing quarterback this year; they can't do anything. Van Buren, Nussmeier, Sussmeier, whoever.
That's good. That's good ad lib.
Yeah, I like that. But Mateer isn't 100%.
No, he's not.
I don't think it's the craziest thing in the world to say LSU can win this ball game.
Look, as much as I had it written down, and then I crossed it off.
Yeah, you did. I know you want to pick him.
Oh, I do, but I just picked Washington. I can't do it. I think it's going to be LSU's up in the fourth quarter, and Oklahoma squeaks out a win, and they get in the playoff.
That's going to be the heartbreaker. That's just going to happen for me.
Yep.
I like LSU with the points there, though. Give me the 10.5.
He needs LSU to win this game. He needs it.
I need LSU to win.
I need it. You know what I'm going to end up doing is I'm just going to put in a hedge parlay Saturday morning.
Yep, I was literally
Friday.
about to say that. Look at us.
Yeah, it's going to be a hedge parlay. I'm going to put in Oklahoma money line, Oregon money line, Alabama money line, and
there's one more. Vandy. Let's go ahead and put Vandy in there.
I don't think Vandy's going to matter. Notre Dame money line.
F no. Yeah.
If one of those teams loses, BYU wins. I think BYU's in the playoff. I guess at that point I'd need to put Michigan. I might need to sprinkle a little on Michigan at that point, but F that. I'm good.
Oh, imagine
they're not
Dylan,
winning.
How sad would it be if BYU's 11-1 and they missed the playoff?
You know, I would feel bad mostly for their very nice fans, very very Christian fans,
very respectful fans.
Very respectful fans. Yeah, I would feel very bad for them.
Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's the golden one. We put that on posters in elementary school. That's hung on every second grade door.
Put it on plates.
BYU minus 17.5 against UCF. Over under 47.5. 11 a.m. Mountain Time kickoff.
11 a.m.'s early.
That's early.
Really rubbing the crust out of their eyes, Dylan. After a long,
a couple swigs can't hand. A couple of swigs will change things.
Butter beers.
A couple of dirty Mountain Dews. Couple of Riptides from the local drive-thru. There you go.
They better not be driving after that, though.
yeah, buddy. Anybody got a cow nearby? Listen, Carter, here's my...
They start speeding. Kirby Smart might give him a call in the transfer portal, though.
Yeah, let's get this man over. Let's get him in a Bulldog uniform. Carter, here's my olive branch. We talked about it on the recap show. I need BYU to win to cash my UCF under 5.5 season win total. So I'm rooting for BYU this week. I don't care what BYU fans have to say. I actually
We
got
are
a comment.
Cougs.
Yeah, I got a comment from a BYU fan saying something along the lines of Dylan was great in this episode, and it was when I was extending my olive branch that I say I need BYU to win. So shout out to that person. Shout out Don Staley. Go Cougs.
Do not shout out Don Staley. Anti-Don Staley podcast.
Oh, sorry.
We hate
You're
Don
not
Staley.
worried about this, Carter, right? Early game, you're not worried though, right?
I could see him coming out a little sluggish. I could see him sleepwalking in this game. I just don't. The early kickoff is only. They're gonna. BYU's gonna win this game. The early kickoff is it's all superstitious stuff for me. Where it's just
UCF beat Carolina 34-9. They're a powerhouse.
oh,
It takes a lot.
Bill Belichick put up
Yeah.
45 against West Virginia, and
How many other teams have beaten a coach in college with 6 Super Bowl rings, Carter? All right.
fake field goal just solve the problems there. I mean, that's all you got to do.
Am I being dumb here, or the 11 o'clock start time is going to affect UCF just the same?
Wouldn't that be 1 p.m. Eastern? Wouldn't that be better?
Would it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Time change. Yeah, I think it'd be better for them. Also, but it's more so the fact that BYU comes out slow in these early games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That.
All right.
But kind of like the under in that one. But only issue is
Alex Grinch.
Kalani Sitake has been wanting to run up the score and get style points. If he has a chance to run up the score in this one, we saw it in the Cincinnati game. He wanted that garbage time touchdown. Don't be surprised if we see BYU just running up the score if it's a blowout in this one and BYU tries to win like 49-0.
They have every right to because there's no
They
guarantee
should.
they get in the playoff. Yeah.
There's no guarantee. They have to. Vandy, Tennessee, games in Knoxville. Tennessee 2.5-point favorite. Over under 65.5. I mean, is that enough points?
I don't think I've picked Tennessee one game this year when we previewed one of their games. This is the week. They're going to end Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt Hopes. Vandy's not getting in the playoff. I think Tennessee steamrolls here, to be honest with you guys. I think Vanderbilt's defense is not good. Yeah, I
think it just ends up being a whoever has the ball last kind of game wins, where it's just played into the 40s, and it's 42-49, and this is an all-timer.
Is it crazy for me to think that favors Tennessee? Tennessee's defense has looked better the last couple games.
I mean, maybe the
Florida,
defense, but I'm trusting Pavia over Aguilar.
Are you?
Oh, yeah. That's not even close.
Come on. I am not by any means the president of the Joey Aguilar fan club this year, by any means, but come on, that's a conversation.
What are you talking about? Pavia's been way better than Joey Aguilar.
That's a conversation at least, Carter.
It is not a conversation, and Joey Aguilar with the boneheaded turnovers. This guy has cost Tennessee single-handedly a playoff spot.
Well, missed kick cost him a playoff spot.
Giving a pick 6 on the 2-yard line going into halftime cost him a playoff spot.
They weren't winning that anyways.
I don't know, Jim. I don't know.
I like Tennessee this weekend. I think this is they're going to play spoiler. They're -2.5 for a reason, I think.
Dylan, join the Pavia train.
Unbiased, completely unbiased take, no narrative to push. Diego Pavia throws for 600 yards, 5 touchdowns, and rushes for 2. This is the Diego Pavia. And I think a lot of us think Diego Pavia, not that great of a quarterback, leads the SEC, 72% completion rate, 26 passing touchdowns, leads the SEC in that too. Anybody interested in 10 yards per pass attempt? Anybody?
Anybody interested in Vandy's best win, Missouri? LSU, maybe?
Oh, wait a second. Okay, so Diego Pavia's performance is directly tied. Okay, all right.
Connor.
Interesting.
Tennessee's best win.
I'm just saying, Diego Pavia this, Diego Pavia that. Come on.
Not enough people are talking about how good Diego Pavia has been this year.
Tennessee's best win, whatever. They're not getting argued for a playoff spot.
No,
we're not arguing for that.
Nope.
We're talking about quarterback matchups here. Pavia's better than Aguilar.
I'm not
He's
even saying
probably
quarterback.
better than him. I still think I'm still taking Tennessee.
I'm not even saying quarterback matchups. I'm saying if there was an award that we give the best college football player at the end of the year, Diego Pavia's putting up numbers.
Whoa. Time out, Connor. Time out. Dylan, do you have a ticket you haven't told us about?
Huh?
You have a Pavia ticket?
I might have
there
Diego
we
Pavia
go.
20-1 to win the Heisman, but I mean, if I did or if I didn't.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have pushed the propaganda even more.
I told you on the show. We were doing
Did
Heisman
you?
winners. I said Pavia 20-1. He's
I
going
didn't
to
know
have
if
a
you
chance
took
the
him.
last week of the year against an awful defense.
Well, if you
And
look
that's now
at this
7-1, by the way.
Because another issue here, Connor, we talked about in the Ohio State game. Let's say Julian Sayin doesn't come out and loses to Michigan and has a bad game against Michigan. Pavia comes in here, throws for 500 yards, and has a big-time game against a crappy Tennessee defense. All of a sudden, it's going to be a Mendoza versus Pavia Heisman finalist in New York City.
And you got to give it to Mendoza at that point.
You got to. No, stop.
No.
Oh, my gosh.
No, absolutely
Diego
not.
Pavia is not the Heisman winner this year. Can we get this? Can we stop?
Should be
what
Jeremiah
you're doing
Love.
right now is mean. That is mean.
No,
that's the
that's
same
not.
thing as what Karter did with the Colts and the Chiefs. You guys,
Whoa,
you guys
Everybody,
stink.
anti-Dylan.
You guys
Everybody's
stink.
out to get me. It's Dylan against the world.
You guys stink.
Give me Tennessee.
Over. Give me the over legacy
I'm seriously
game.
going Vanderbilt. Diego
We can
Pavia
put it
has
into this Vandy playoff talk and do Pavia Heisman after this weekend.
For Fernando Mendoza, 2,600 pass yards. That's impressive.
How many have you thrown for, Dylan? You ever played a snap? Sorry. Come over here
That's
for
a good one.
there.
That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah. People are going to see that my background with like a Peru flag. Where you and your mom? They're going to do mom's basement jokes again. Ironically, upstairs of the in-laws. I'm in the attic. I have to hide away.
The popcorn ceiling's back in style. Hadn't you heard?
Yeah, I'm hiding away. I'm hiding in the attic. We got to move on. Alabama, Auburn. Alabama -6.5 over under 47.5. Iron Bowl in Auburn, Jordan-Hare Stadium. Deuce night.
Tide,
Against
baby.
This Auburn defense. Ty Simpson.
Dylan.
Ty Simpson. Hey, when teams have gotten pressure onto Ty Simpson, he struggled. We've seen it. Oklahoma, Florida State. This run game isn't going to be there for the Alabama Crimson Tide. It's all going to have to come on Ty Simpson's shoulders. I don't think he gets it done in this game. Give me the Auburn Tigers, Deuce Knight and company get it done. Ruin Alabama's playoff hopes. And I've been in on this Auburn team since the beginning of the season. I know this is a good football team with the right coach. They win this game. They play playoff spoiler. They win the Iron Bowl. And this is another game you can throw stats out the window. It just doesn't matter.
Oh.
Alabama's won on multiple miracles in the past couple years. When they've been 10-plus favorites, it's the same thing as Michigan, Ohio State. Give me Auburn.
Auburn's defense really bad against the pass. 100th in yards after catch allowed. I'm going Alabama here every which way. I think you're right. Alabama won't be able to run the ball, but this Auburn defense.
They couldn't run on East Forsyth High School though. There's a difference.
No, yes. Shout out Bulldogs. Right?
Eagles.
Call.
Yeah.
But this Alabama pass offense is. This Auburn pass defense is 110th in EPA per pass attempt allowed. Like there, no issues here. Alabama big time.
But
Stats out the window. Sure, I see what you're saying, Carter. Stats out the window. We've seen 11 games from this Auburn team. Granted, different quarterback, but eventually
different team.
we're good.
Different team.
We're good, but overall we're good.
We're good.
Different team. Interim coach. Different team. I don't know what we're doing here. Also, Ty Simpson throws for 326 yards against Oklahoma. Doesn't even matter.
Fair point. I still like Bama this weekend.
Throws for 250-plus against Florida State. Doesn't even matter.
I would like to
throw
take
for
Alabama
300.
by double digits. I think it's going to be a blowout.
Auburn
Yards
money line.
don't
War Eagle.
equivalate
to the meniscus.
Yards don't equivalate. Yards don't equal EPA. You have empty yards.
Bryce,
I've seen
I got
empty
a few of
yards
those
a time or
today.
two. I was about to say, I've seen those a time or two in my day.
Equate. Yards don't equate.
Yeah. Struggling
Found
over
it.
there for Dylan.
Found it. It's late.
Yeah, speaking of being late, let's ACC real quick. We're not going to dive into the ACC games, but the scenarios are just absolutely hilarious. I'm not going to read through the laundry list of scenarios that have to happen, but I will just say the Duke Blue Devils do still have a chance of making the college football playoff. Thank you very much, Connor.
Gross. Absolutely disgusting.
I was telling Dylan about this before we recorded. Have you seen what Duke is doing this week?
No.
So you can have your chance to be a Duke student for a day and you can claim up to 4 free tickets in the student section of Wallace Wade Stadium for this game.
There you go, all you Tar Heels. You get to go be your non-safety school for a day. There you go.
Any chance that backfires because Winston-Salem's an hour and 20 minutes away?
I saw Wake Forest. That's how I found it. Is Wake Forest fans were all putting that up there. But the issue is there's got to be enough Wake Forest fans, and then on top of that, enough to drive an hour for Wake Forest football.
Coming from Duke football. Come on.
Whoa. I'm saying the game's going to be like 10% full. It's going to be freezing on Saturday in North Carolina. No one's going to be at this game.
No, everybody's going to be inside with a cup of hot chocolate.
Maybe an 8 a.m. tea time for myself. But, a little different. We'll be done in time for the games.
Frosty weather.
It's gonna be
no
frosty.
Miami Pitt talk?
Well, that's what I was going to get to. All these ACC games together, we got Virginia Tech, but Miami Pitt. Miami 6.5-point favorite, over under 51.5 in this game. Miami every way in this game. And now you can say this is another Krista Fraud game. I think the ultimate Krista Fraud scenario would be him winning this game and still missing out on the ACC title game and missing out on the college football playoff.
I think Miami is going to win against Pittsburgh and punch their ticket, deservedly so, as an at-large bid in the college football playoff.
I don't think I don't know.
This is kind of the meat and potatoes of what I want to talk about. If you put Notre Dame football in over Miami football, as of right now, before the last week of the season, I think that's asinine. I think that's absurd. What are we doing here? Like, if everything else is similar and there is a head-to-head point to go off of, that has to be the trump card. You can't start sitting here saying, well, Notre Dame's losses are better than Miami's losses. They beat them head-to-head. I don't care if it was in August. I don't care that it was eight weeks ago, whatever it was. I couldn't care less. Miami has to be in over Notre Dame if they win this weekend. Pitt's another ranked win. Now, conversely, if they beat Pitt, they might be out of the top 25, but that's another ranked win.
As a Notre Dame guy with a Notre Dame future ticket and someone who's been pushing Notre Dame propaganda all season, I have to agree with you. At some point, the head-to-head has to matter when the resumes are fairly equal.
Do you know how many times we argue teams in the playoff, especially last year now in this 12-team expanded format, where we don't have the luxury of having them have played each other in the 12 games this season? So now that we have that has to be the trump card. Dylan, I don't know why you're shaking your head. It has to be.
Determining a playoff spot based on a binary outcome is so closed-minded. You're the same people that's saying Democrats can't be Christians, Republicans can't be Christians.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you're saying
how about the sport of football in general? You play to beat the other team. And so if Notre Dame gets in after they lose to Miami in the same effing season, I think that's absurd.
Then why would we watch on Saturdays and not just have FanDuel tell us what the college football playoff is at that point?
Because
then why play the games in September? Why not play a 4-game season at that point? And we just say, this team's better because they're in the preseason polls.
Great question, Carter. Let me ask you a question. Before the season started, FanDuel does this great thing where they put out look-ahead lines. What was the Texas A&M line before the start of the year?
Probably Texas by 7.5.
That's why we don't do that. That's why things change, regardless if you win or lose the games.
But that doesn't help your point.
It doesn't matter.
That does help my point. The wins and the losses aren't binaries that say, oh, this team won, they're better. This team lost, they're not better. Right? We look at these losses. We look at Miami. Notre Dame loses 2 tough games at the beginning of the year. We can see Notre Dame's putting BTA for the rest of the season, and Miami's losing to Louisville.
Against who,
losing
to
SMU.
Who's Notre Dame putting BTA against?
I think that Pitt win's going to look pretty good.
Oh, well, Miami's about to beat Pitt this weekend.
This Pitt team.
Are they?
That's what we're saying.
We're chalking up wins already then.
That's the whole point of this argument. This is what we've been saying. And then apparently Connor and I aren't allowed to do hypotheticals on this show.
USC beat USC by 10. That's a good win.
And, can we stop with the USC being a good win?
Nope.
For crying out loud.
And can we also stop, if they actually put Notre Dame in over Miami, you know what message that sends? Hey, quality losses are weighted more than quality wins. And
maybe
I think that is absolutely absurd. And I think that's stupid too. Notre Dame's best win is USC, I guess. Miami beat Notre Dame, and they're both going to beat Pitt after this weekend. So then what? Then where do you turn to? I don't think there's I see people arguing for Notre Dame on Twitter. I can't do it.
If you're Commissioner Jim Phillips, you're doing everything in your power to rig this ACC title scenario to have the Miami Hurricanes in it.
You got to do something.
Because
yeah,
Miami's the only team out of the ACC that has a shot on earth, a 1% chance of winning a playoff game. No other ACC team has a chance at winning a playoff game.
I found a pretty good stat, Dylan. I think you'll find this. I don't know if you'll love this or hate this. It was from David Hale, who's an ACC guy. He's on ACC Network sometimes. He's a writer. He tweeted out secondary records versus Power 4 teams. So basically, who have the teams that you beaten? So who have your opponents beaten?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Miami 23-34. Notre Dame's opponents 17-38 against Power 4 teams. Just saying.
But that's a brand. You can keep going down and
just
down
saying.
and
I just
down
thought that was
and down
interesting
that
to see.
What's the ancillary records for the teams that they beat, and then the beat that they beat that they
I
beat
just thought
that
it was
they
a
beat?
good. I just thought it was a good point.
Well,
That's
of course
all.
you did. It benefits you.
BYU 36-29. They'd be the top of that list. Just saying.
Yeah, that's what
All
I'm
of a sudden,
saying.
Carter loves that stat.
Yeah,
I mean, I like that stat beforehand. You said
ACC.
ACC.
I thought Miami. I don't know, guys.
You told me Miami was the best defense in the country coming into this year.
And that's the beauty of it. These things change as you see them play 12 games. You see them play 12 games.
It has changed.
You don't have to assign, this team's above this because they beat them. You have 12 data points to look at, and you're choosing to look at one. You're looking at one.
I would hear
it's
that
not just
argument.
one, though.
I would hear
You
that
are
Dylan,
looking at one.
No,
Dylan,
but the
I would hear-
resumes are similar.
I would hear that argument, Dylan, if they hadn't have played each other. If we're sitting here arguing resumes and it's like, they're pretty equal, but Notre Dame has played better lately and had better, quote, better losses, and they're playing better right now, sure, I'll listen to that. But they played each other this season. That is what we base the results off of, is this season. It shouldn't matter if they won in week 1 or week 14.
And the other wins and the resumes are very similar. Eventually, the head-to-head has to be the tiebreaker there. Like, if it was a huge difference between, Notre Dame had a few more top 25 wins and they had these way better wins, we wouldn't even be having this discussion because the head-to-head honestly wouldn't matter at that point.
And
You're
Dylan,
right.
also, you're going to talk about two things here. The loss to SMU, going to look a lot better because they might win the damn ACC. That might be the ACC champion Miami lost to. And the second part is Notre Dame's best win, USC. Miami's best win is Notre Dame. And then their second best wins are going to be Pitt. It's going to be the same thing. How can you argue that?
You can make an argument for it, but the same way I've made an argument for it for the past 3 years. You have 12 data points to improve your rating or make it worse, and you can't look at these simple binaries and say, ooh, win against this team good, ooh, lose against this team bad. You update whatever you have.
This is the only sport that does it this way. It's stupid.
So you're giving Notre Dame credit for wins against Syracuse, Pitt, sure, Navy, Boston College, NC State, Boise State, Arkansas, Purdue. Like, these aren't great wins.
It's an interesting study on what's it called? Like a sorting system. You have all of these teams and you have to sort them with 12 data points, right? It's not just this binary of they haven't played anybody. Like, they lost to Texas A&M. Texas A&M, top 3 team in the country, right? So the talent, right. I think you guys are trying to simplify this as of wins and losses when it's much more complex. It's not
you
black
might be
and white. It's gray.
It can be gray. That's fine. I think you're overthinking it. One team beat the other team in the 12-game season we're basing this sample size off of, period.
I think we're confusing the simpleness of it with maybe being...
I hate to
be
say
careful
it,
here.
Your only argument is you can be like, I test Notre Dame's better, and I think they're a better team they should be in. Nothing else matters.
I say we have data to back that up.
No, you don't. You can't.
We do. And looking at
I do like CJ Carr.
This team beat that team. That's
then what's the point? At the end of the day, then what's the point? Then what?
Listen, we would not be having this conversation if Miami beat them by 15. There would be no conversation for that. There is absolutely no question for who's the better team. There's none. They beat them by 3.
I don't think it would matter.
You play that game again, number 1, Notre Dame's favored by 4. Number 2,
that
they
doesn't
probably
matter.
Probably each win 50% of the time. That's
that game happened,
Carter.
But the game happened.
God
Why
has
does it
gifted
matter?
us with these big brains that we can use, and we're going to resort to, this one time.
Hey, Dylan, if the Giants and Eagles, didn't the Giants just whoop the Eagles a few weeks ago? If they replay it again, the Eagles are still favored by 10 points. It doesn't matter. This is what
number
they're doing.
One, they're two different systems. Number two, you're proving my point.
This is what you guys keep doing with the BYU-Utah argument. It's like, if they played again, Utah would be favored. Doesn't matter. Game happened. We saw the game.
Do you see the flaw?
It's not like an 80. It's not. No,
do you
there's
want
no
the best
flaw.
teams?
It's not like an 82-game season like the NBA or something like
no,
that. We have 12 games. 12 games. One of those 12 games, they played head-to-head. One team won. If everything else is similar, then they should be in.
Just because I believe the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL doesn't mean they should be automatically gifted a playoff spot because they are, kind of there.
Carter, but that's the thing, and this goes back to your point. You are. It's not arbitrary in the NFL. It's not arbitrary in the NBA. You have the best record, you advance. That's not what it is in college football, so that's why we're having this conversation. I'm not sitting here saying because I have the Texans power rated 4th in the Wilkerson ratings, they should be gifted a playoff spot. That's not how the playoffs work in the NFL.
That's a problem. Actually, maybe
it is how
be.
They work in college football. You want to change it, and you just want to make the best records go, and you want to see
that's
Charlotte
not what
play
this
Georgia
is.
12 times
That's
a year.
not what
That's
this
guess.
is.
You know what I want? You know what I want? You know what would solve all of these problems?
What do you want?
8-team conferences.
64-team playoff in college football. Everybody makes it.
I just want smaller conferences. I don't want 18-team conferences. That would solve all of our problems.
Dylan's valuing losses more than wins is what's going on here. It's like, they had a good loss.
It's not valuing losses. It's a combination of it is less of that's not even true. I think we view Notre Dame and Miami because Miami beat Notre Dame. That's the end of discussion. And I think that's a very narrow-minded way to look at this complex situation.
But that is the trump card. But if you take it a step further and you look at their actual resumes, I still think there's an argument for Miami. If you even take away the head-to-head.
But yet,
Miami's losses are to SMU.
Anybody.
Miami's losses are SMU, who's maybe going to win the ACC. Come on, I mean it's not. It's very comparable.
That's what this. Do you want the best teams? If you want the best teams, Notre Dame deserves to be in. If you want the most deserving teams, then it's Miami.
I want the most deserving.
Okay, well then that's where we disagree then because
what
I don't
if I
want
say
the
Texas?
most deserving. I want
what
the
if I
12
say
best
Texas
teams.
is a top 12 team? Oh, Texas, Tennessee are a top 12 team. I think in my mind they're one of the 12 best teams. They're not getting in. They have 3 losses.
That'd be
interesting. What if
interesting.
Notre Dame loses this weekend and you still think they're better? Then what? What if they lose to Stanford as a 30-point favorite? You're still going to think they're better than Miami, right?
That would probably downgrade them enough to keep them out. I would say a loss. I'll go out on a limb and say the loss to Stanford will keep them out of the playoffs.
32. Frank Reich, last game as a Stanford head coach.
Difference. I guess that's how we can. You guys want the most deserving. I want the best. That's
the
not
majority
new.
of stuff.
We've had this conversation for 4 years.
The majority of stuff that we argue about, Dylan, I actually see your side. I can't see your side in this one. Not at all. I think that is a flawed way of thinking, and I disagree.
Okay, well, let's move on because we're running late here. It's late right
I was going to go grab the master's degree. You get a business analytics degree, and you'll see the side.
From a university with who as a donor?
Huh?
From a university with who funding?
I paid my own way. No scholarship.
Oh, man.
Real quick on the ACC scenario. The scenario I'm rooting for is Duke obviously making it because it's the funniest outcome. It is Duke winning, Pitt losing to Miami, and SMU losing to Cal. Which, you're like, Cal, aren't they a 13.5-point favorite against Cal? Interim coach game. Watch out.
Cal was a 20-point favorite against Louisville.
Dog pick of the week. Dog pick of the week. Cal.
I had him written down. That's a good pick.
Lots of good games this week. I think I brought this up on the recap show. Jacksonville State, Western Kentucky, sneakily semifinal game for that conference. There's a lot of good mid-major. We got some MAC. Toledo, Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan is going to be important for the MAC. Toledo game is going to be important for the MAC. Lots of good Group of 5 football this week for those that like that.
Question.
Kind of yes, Carter.
So Virginia right now, they're top 20 in the country. They're a 10.5-point favorite against Virginia Tech on Saturday. Virginia wins, they're in the ACC title game. So with James Franklin having signed with Virginia Tech, if Virginia Tech pulls off the upset in this one, does this count as a top 20 win for James Franklin on his resume? Can we count that for him?
Is this a jab? Are we jabbing at Dylan?
What do you mean?
Somehow?
I'm not you're defensive right now. I'll go to Con.
Yeah, he is.
I'm just trying to figure out why you're asking that question.
It's because it's hilarious because he can't win a big game.
He's making a joke about James Franklin.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's a James Franklin joke.
I'll count it. You hear it here first. I'll count it.
Oh, you'll count that one, but you won't.
The guard's back down. The guard's down now. We're good.
Connor, real quick,
Reset.
NC State, UNC. NC State 7.5-point favorite over under 48.5. You guys got to win this game. You could fire Dave Dorn after this one.
I think they win. I think Carolina wins this weekend for no reason. I think this team is bad. I think Gio Lopez is a bad quarterback, and for some reason they're going to beat NC State this weekend.
It's a little interesting. Jordan's now finally going after Pablo Torre now that they're not bowl eligible. Big
vibe shift.
Yeah.
Big vibe shift.
Focus finally shifted, so.
I like the Hills this weekend.
Connor, victory lap on Florida real quick. I don't know if you've taken it yet, but just make sure you do that because they're 3-8.
No, surely they're not 3-8, Karter. They're playing the same schedule they did last year. There's no way they're any worse than they were. They have DJ Lagway, who's going to be the Heisman.
Surely they're not a pick-em, right?
Like it's Florida State. Talk about two falls from grace from the preseason. My God.
And quickly, Tulane, I'm not talking about their game or anything, but if Tulane makes a college football playoff over BYU with Jake Retzlaff kind of at quarterback, he's been getting benched on and off, it would make me very sad. Just want that out there.
That's doomsday scenario for BYU.
And Michigan getting in, oh my gosh, podcast. No. If we will have to do a live college football playoff reveal show.
Yeah.
Sure. I think we did that last year, didn't we?
Yeah, but especially with BYU and Michigan involved potentially, that would be all-time stuff.
Can I also? Yeah, that's true too. Can I also want to shout out Mountain West has a de facto semifinal championship game with New Mexico and San Diego State. Loser leaves town, likely paving the way for our UNLV Rebels.
Anthony Calandria. He's not dead yet.
We need New Mexico to win. We need Boise State to lose to Utah State. And UNLV to beat Nevada, which shouldn't be a problem. And it'll be UNLV, New Mexico, in the Mountain West Championship.
Let's make that happen.
I love Group of 5 football.
Let's make that happen.
That's where my heart is. If people cared about it, that's where my heart is.
Toledo. These guys.
They're still in it for the MAC.
I know, but
they're a win away against Central Michigan for the MAC.
I know. We've been going long enough. This is a fantastic show. Parlay picks, and then we'll get out of here. Let's do dog since I already spoiled my dog pick real quick. I guess I spoiled both of my picks already, but dog Cal money line for me against SMU. Interim coach game. I love the Cal quarterback. This is a game where there's so much pressure on SMU and zero pressure on Cal. Cal comes in, wins this game. I don't think this SMU team's very good.
I wanted to take Washington. I'm not going to do it. I am going to get in the weeds and take Northwestern against Illinois. They're plus 6.5 right now. Yeah, they're plus 6.5 right now. I think Illinois is not a very good team, and I think Preston Stone and Northwestern has been very competitive the last few weeks, so I like Northwestern. Give them to me.
If Michigan State is little brother, Ohio State is redheaded stepchild. Give me Michigan. Give me Michigan for all it's worth against Ohio State. We'll make it, 10 years in a row now? Ryan Day, get ready to learn. I don't know. Not Indianapolis, buddy.
Get ready to learn piss down your leg.
Yep. Scared football.
Well, I think he's already learned losing to Michigan, so he doesn't have to really learn anything at that point, right?
He's fluent in that.
Fluent,
He's teaching a master's course by now.
Professor Emeritus.
Straight picks I have Arizona State over 48.5.
I was going to take Cal plus 13.5, but you already got them as your dog. So I'm going to take Wake Forest and Duke over 54.5.
Speaking my language. That was the other one I had written down.
Yep, I like that one. I also had Tennessee written down, but I'm not going to do it. I'll take Wake Duke.
Thank you.
Yep.
My parlay pick is in the form of a 5-star play. I've had very few of those this year. I think we've had a pretty good record on those, though.
Can it be group of 5?
I have plenty of group of 5 to choose from.
No, give you a 5-star.
No, this is big time. This is a team I have had my eye on all year. They just played the toughest, the best defense in college football. They are now playing the easiest. Missouri minus 2.5.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. I'm not. terribly upset?
5-star.
Okay. I guess that's fine. I thought you were going to say Alabama, and I was going to lose my mind.
No.
But why are they only 2.5? Would be my question. It seems like they should be more. I know they're not very good.
They've got this one wrong.
I think you're right, Dylan. I think Ahmad
like
has maybe 300 yards in this game.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad for Arkansas.
I like these parlays this week.
They let Arch Manning throw, or they let the Texas Longhorns score 50-plus points.
All right, that's the parlay this week. Download SeatGeek. Use code KarterKast. $20 off your first purchase. $50 minimum purchase required using code KarterKast. That's KarterKast at SeatGeek.com. You're going to Ohio State, Michigan. Get $20 off your tickets at SeatGeek. Create an account. Your first purchase, $50 minimum. Dylan, you ready for this week? You ready for the game?
I'm ready. The more we stew on it, the more I've talked myself into a convincing Michigan win. I'm very excited.
I love it. I actually do love it. I'm not just saying that either. At CarterBA, at Connor_Sparrow, at KarterKast on everything. Subscribe. Go to the YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get those numbers up. We're going to have playoff live reactions, especially once BYU makes it to the playoff, and we can finally laugh at this all season long. And everyone's like, oh, this is the last time we're going to be talking about BYU. Nope, we're going to be talking about them in our playoff previews. It's going to be fantastic, but can't wait for that. We'll see y'all next time.